Great. So welcome to the call, everyone. It is Monday night. I was about to say Sunday night. Monday night, and is literally my most favorite time of the week. So because I get to see all these beautiful faces, and it just makes me so happy to be able to lead this call tonight with Rach and contribute and add value to all of your guys' lives and your Isagenix businesses. So Adam, he reached out to you, didn't he, yesterday, and said, yeah, you guys can lead the call. And I was just like, oh, what are we going to do for this call? And then all of a sudden today I had this amazing thought to get the most legendary heart-centered couple on this, it's not us, but the most legendary heart-centered couple on this call to share a bit about them, share their story, and then Rach and I are going to take them through a few interview questions to just really pick their brains, because they're just such amazing people. As I said on the Zoom call link that I sent out to you guys on the residual income page, these two did amazing work on their business during ISA Derby. And during the last ISA Derby is when we met them. We were actually in their team. They were the leaders for the team. They won a wild card in the last ISA Derby. They were also, and correct me if I'm wrong, is it amongst the top 10 points earners in the last ISA Derby? Is that right?
Rob's like, yeah, that was us. Well, if they weren't, they should have been.
You guys can correct me if I was wrong.
They just changed so many lives in the ISA Derby, and we were blessed enough to witness that whole like process. So I know that I felt completely honoured to be in that ISA Derby team, and for us it was just a huge learning curve. And when Isaac said to me, oh, I really want someone with just like so much heart that really operates from that heart-centered place for tonight's call, we just both looked at each other and said the Lovies, because that's who they are for us. So yeah. So
if you guys can see the Lovies on the call, I'm just going to unmute them. There we go. And we're just going to kick straight off, and without further ado, let you guys share your story. And
thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us on, guys. We are so honoured to be on this call and to see some familiar faces. But yeah, it's definitely been an exciting journey, and as Isaac and Rach shared, it was when ISA Derby started last time, we didn't know them at all. And I still remember that first exciting call that we had when the team got together, and just being able to link arms towards that common goal of helping thousands of people with this amazing program that we have. So we are very excited to be able to share a little bit more about that with you guys.
Yeah, and obviously Isaac and Rach, you need to give yourselves a bit more credit as well, because look, we totally believe that you obviously get drawn to the people that you should have in your life. And obviously we met Corin as well when we're in Vegas, and I don't think it's a coincidence that we just keep meeting people that, are very similar to us and, love helping other people and just love being a part of this company. So thanks for having us on the call. But you guys, lit up our lives as well, as much as we did for you.
Oh man, you guys are so welcome. Thanks so much. And the last ISA Derby, I don't know if it would have been the same if we hadn't been in your guys' team. So we just acknowledge and have so much gratitude for you guys and your leadership. And really, I would label this call tonight, because you guys are on it, leading from the heart, because that's just who you guys are for us and for everyone, I'm sure, on your team too. So thank you. And please go ahead and share just a bit about your story, and then we'll get straight into the questions I've got.
Yeah, so look, my background, I run my own small business. So, and Rhea and I were super healthy before we actually were introduced to Isagenix. But I suppose for us, there was a little bit of health and a little bit of lifestyle that opened our eyes. Now, look, I'm a tradie and I battled with my health, even though I ate healthy, but I'd kind of accepted that it was normal to go a night without sleep every night and not want to get up out of bed to go to work and just battle through the day, to be honest. And, sleep on the couch at the end of the day and then crawl to the kitchen, make some dinner and then go to bed early and do that, every day, and talk about wanting to do gym and wanting to get back in the surf and just enjoying life. But it just wasn't happening for us. And then also on top of that, we got married, we bought the house, you know, with the picket fence, and we were talking about having babies, but just because everybody else, you know, of what society had created, I suppose, for the world. And yeah, we looked at each other. Wasn't long before ISA popped onto the scene. We kind of looked at each other and went, is this it for us? Like, is this our life? Like, are we just going to have kids to fit in with the rest of the crowd and, you know, pay a house off for the next 40 or 50 years because we have to? Or is there something else out there for us?
Yeah, and so that was 17 months ago, and one of my best friends from uni, I had a really open and honest conversation with her, and just said that we just weren't quite sure if we were living in alignment with what we were called to do. And she said, you would probably love what we do. So we ended up going to the same celebration that Rach actually went to without ever trying smoothie, anything to do with the program, and yeah, just hit the ground running with it. And
so if I can chime in there, you know, as the leaders always say, get people to events. There's your proof why. Like, we didn't even know what Isagenix was. We'd never tried a product. We'd never heard of it. But we went to celebration, caught the vision, and here we are 17 months later. So, yeah, if you can get people to events, it's a really good idea.
I love you guys. It's so good, and it's perfect because I'll be talking about events right at the end of the call. So thanks for that little segue. Cool. So straight into the questions, guys. We've got a few here for you guys tonight, and what I'm going to ask one, Rachel's going to ask one, so that's how we're going to do it. So my question, or two questions, is what does a normal business day in the life of the Lovies look like? How do you manage your time around your Isagenix business in that day?
Awesome. Yeah, well, I'll fire away with this one because it is definitely a love of mine, the whole scheduling thing. So to schedule out our week, it's always on a Sunday night. We'll sit down and we'll lay out our diaries and put in the non-negotiables. So non-negotiables would include, you know, obviously Isagenix related, you know, Zoom calls, events, launch parties, calls, if there's any booked in, that sort of thing. But the other thing that I love to block out, which we feel is just so imperative as part of this business, is gym, fitness, self-love time, time for date nights. Like, you've just got to make sure that that's all locked in from that Sunday night. Yeah, it's negotiable. Like, throughout the week, things pop up. We get that. So you change it around, but that definitely sets the week up for us. And in terms of our mornings, always we start the day with some separate time just to do our meditating, dreaming, visualizing and praying, and that really helps to set the tone and the energy for our day every day. And then throughout the day, it's just about ensuring that we do stick to the 80 IPA, 20 PD. And yeah, like, you hear that again and again, but honestly, our days are so much more filled with those income producing activities, and then also making sure that we do get that time for some professional personal development in there as well.
Yeah, and unlike Rhea can do this, you know, all day, every day. And look, to be honest, I can't. And the day that I figured out that for me this wasn't a full-time job was probably the best thing that happened for our business. So I make sure that, like Rhea said, I've got to get outside. So rather than banging my head up against the wall 24/7 and feeling as though I'm not getting anywhere, I go out and I do the things that I love to do. It might be mowing the lawns or getting out in the garden or going down to the beach or anything like that. And then I come back and I'm 1,000 times more productive. So for anyone there listening that feels as though they have to do it 24/7, it's far from it. And I know a lot of people in this business take that time for themselves and do what they love and then fit Isagenix in around that.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for that. And that's so key because I know in an ISA Derby, well, our experience in our going hardcore in our first ISA Derby that we actually took it seriously, which was the last one, it was overwhelming at times, and something we've taken on this one is exactly that. We do exactly the same thing. Probably got it from you guys. Sunday nights, we book and schedule everything in, and we have date nights, and you're right, like negotiable and all that stuff just makes a huge difference. As soon as we don't do that, and there are some weeks where we skip Sunday night scheduling session, just the whole week is just a mess.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, the same
it's
as
okay.
in a morning ritual. Like as soon as I haven't meditated in the morning, I'm like, I say to like my friends, they're like 0 to psycho in like 3 seconds. I'm just freaking crazy. If I haven't taken that time for myself in a morning to like fill my own cup. And I loved what you said there, Rob, about, you know, going out and doing the things you love and getting that, you know, that downtime mentally to be able to come back and then really generate yourself for the business. I think that's really important.
Perfect.
Awesome. So number 2, our next question is a subject that I love, which is all around personal growth. So I know for a lot of people on the call, they'll probably be wondering what kind of personal development you both do, and you've touched on it slightly. But how does your personal development help you grow your business? So kind of what have you done in the past? What do you do now? And how has that helped you to grow as individuals for Isagenix?
Yeah, so for us, the first audio book we listened to was The 4 Agreements. So that's the first book we get everybody to listen to. If you're not comfortable in yourself, don't bother network marketing, because I guarantee you're going to get shot down. You're going to have people say nasty things to you because you're a part of network marketing. You know, people get on Google and badmouth Isagenix. So if you don't know how to deal with that yourself, don't even bother. So that's my highest recommendation for everybody that we start on the program, is to get the 4 Agreements into their mind. And I listen to it all the time. If I'm having a bit of an off day, I'll just put it on. If I feel myself thinking bad thoughts about someone, I'll put it on for 10 minutes and listen to the chapter that I need to. So for me, that's my key, is working on yourself to start, especially with that audio book.
Yeah, so some different levels of PD audio books. So Lovey's touched on one there. But I just see ones that keep popping up. Like I feel like even books, like names of books will keep just showing up until it's like, okay, I get the picture. Like The Big Leap was the latest one. So I started listening to it, and it's just every word. It's like, okay, I see why I needed to listen to this. So other than that, events is what we get to every event for growth. And obviously, like we've already touched on, just that meditating and visualizing and setting up the day. And honestly, like that, there's been a bit of a theme emerging, but to take the time out of your day for yourself to fill your own cup, it makes the rest of the time in your day expand. That's honestly what we find. So yeah, some people are like, I don't have, 15, 30, 60 minutes in the morning for myself, but I'll guarantee you the rest of your time will get squashed if you don't take that time for yourself.
And that takes getting up a little bit earlier. So anybody that tries to trick their own mind into not having enough time in the day, set the alarm a little bit earlier and get up out of bed, because there's always time somewhere.
So true, so true. I was just saying it to Rach this morning, actually, when we got up a bit later.
Yeah. And I think that the thing is, when you do Isagenix, you naturally get up earlier anyway, right? So
You just want to.
Yeah.
Cool, guys. And just a quick question. It's not one of the ones I gave you guys, but what are you guys actually currently enrolled in Healthy Mind and Body, or have you done it?
Yeah. So we actually did it last ISA Derby, and and have started again for this one. And it was funny because I finished the 60 days and I was like, what am I going to do? Like, it was just really nice to have something structured, and so we're absolutely back into that again. So couldn't recommend it more highly, to be honest, because we just feel like it completes that whole picture of health for people to get.
Yeah, definitely.
100% agree. Awesome, thanks. And my next question is, if you were to describe your leadership style, I love this question. If you were to describe your leadership style, what would it be?
Yeah, so funnily enough, with the surname Love, it's all about love. And that's, to break that down a bit more, with our new cleansers, so we pour a lot of love in, as you can imagine, and that looks like touching base with them every day for the first 7 days. Now, Rhea and I did that when we first started ISA, and things were going really well, but we didn't have many cleansers then. So it was really easy to touch base with them every day for 7 days. Then we started getting a bit busy and we let that slip, and that's when we found that our retention rate would start to drop off because, you know, most people feel like crap in the first couple of days. And if you're not there to hold their hand, say goodbye to that person continuing on. Rhea and I, you know, we noticed that trend happening, and now, like, I get up every single morning. Rhea does her thing. She's a brilliant connector. I get in front of the computer. I go through our whole list and I touch base with the new guys every day, and I'll still continue to touch base with people, even people that have been using the program for 12 months. I'll still touch base with them, and every few days, maybe once a week, say, how you going? Do you still want our support? Would you like more? Would you like less? So it's just always showing up and being there for our team.
Yeah, so yeah, obviously based around just injecting that love and belief and support all the time. And then something else that we're trying to be a little bit more conscious with our leadership style is probably to have a little bit more of that tough love as well, particularly when it comes down to, you know, people who have, you know, going through the new associate checklist, when they say that, you know, they give us their level of commitment, and then actually, you know, when things aren't happening for them, giving them that tough love where it's like, well, is this actually matching up for you? So just being able to speak that truth in posture and in love still.
And that's super integral to get that out of them. Like Rhea said, if you can get people to commit to an exact amount of time per day, that therefore gives you the right to be on their back a little bit. Like Rhea said, in love, but you can say, hey, you want this, you're telling us that you're not getting it, have a look back at the time that you've allocated per day to give. And you've just created that, rather than them going, who are you to tell me what to do? You're like, well, you've actually told us what you want to get out of it. So it just gives you the right to do it.
Nice.
So
That's so important.
Yeah.
I'm just taking notes because I think there's always something you can learn and always something we can take away. So so the next question, what would be your top 3 tips for any individual or team who wants to win the ISA Derby Borneo?
Well, we're not going to tell you that because we don't know.
You have to tell us. Let me know.
Look, to be honest, we really do feel like, and this is obviously from what we learnt from the last ISA Derby. So from the start, and this is, you know, like you said in the question, it's individually, but then it's working together as a team. So we feel that it's imperative at the start to set really clear goals about how you're going to perform, what you're going to do. And to reach the minimum 80 points, I mean, it just makes it look and feel, and for you to know that it is so incredibly achievable. Then this is the interesting part. It's having that clear goal in front of you and being able to detach from it. So you have the goal there, but then it's just almost stating it and putting it out to the team, and you all keep each other accountable, but then it's just putting it out to the universe and then focusing back on the important things. So that would be the point number 1. Point number 2 would just be then getting in the right energy. So every day, but then also before every call, before every meeting, before every team meeting. Like, and when I say getting in the right energy, it's just checking back in. What's your intention for that call? What's your intention for that meeting? So that you can then be open and sensitive to connect with people on that level. And then Lovey's good at the third one.
Oh, to just do the do. So that nothing changes, you know, like at the end of the day, we look at ISA Derby as you can get rewarded with a trip. At the end of the day, if you do ISA Derby well, you've created a really good business for yourself. So, and that's what it's all about, longevity in your business. So we just continue to do what I said before. Don't stop loving on your people. Like, I know our retention points for the last ISA Derby were huge because we still loved on everyone. We still touch base with them. Don't forget about your cleansers, because at the end of the day, that's your whole business. So just continue to love, continue to do the do. Don't really change anything. Like I don't know whether you guys have told your team, but I think with 3 weeks to go, you guys doubled your points and qualified. So, and that's because you let go of the goal and just continued to do the do and met people and love them. So it's as simple as that in my eyes. Just do what you've always done. Just do it, condense it down and do a lot more of it in a shorter amount of time.
That's it. That's so key. And I'd never known that in my Isagenix business until I saw you guys and the rest of the team doing an ISA Derby, and people like Bree as well in the team who won a wild card. It was just crazy to see you guys. You guys were so relaxed, and I was like, throughout the whole competition, I was saying to Rachel, I was like, these guys are just like, how are they earning? Like, how are they making this many points? They're just so chilled out.
That thing, who can I help today and where are they? And that's all we kept saying to ourselves.
I still say that.
We were like, right at the end, we were just like so like determined to meet that goal, and we just kept saying that to ourselves. And every time we just needed a bit of calm, we just get on the phone to Ria and hear her voice and hear how like composed she was, and then we'd be like, okay, we can do this.
So true.
So yeah,
that was a key one. I love that one, guys, because you gave that to me and I still use it now. Every morning I ask myself, okay, who can I help and where are they?
Yeah.
And literally it opens my whole mind space up for who can I contribute today? Who can I give back to? Who am I going to meet today that I can actually really connect with and make a difference to and offer this opportunity to? And I've never experienced that before, so thank you.
I think we've pretty much got something like that written as we walk out the door now. Like whose life can we change? I think it's the last thing we see before we shut that door and walk off for the day. So it's important to think about it.
Awesome.
Love it.
And the next question, probably the most important question, I reckon, is what is your why? What drives you guys the most in your Isagenix business and in life?
Oh, you can answer this one. You answer this one well.
Look, to be honest, like thinking back to that day one, like why would we even give this a crack? Like why would we spend the last money that we had to fly up to Brisbane for a weekend and on 2 President's packs and then a 3rd one for Lovey's mum, because we just believed in the product so much. Like why would we do that? It was because we saw the opportunity to spend more time with each other and more time with our loved ones. And you know, you get one life, and we really truly believe in living it to the fullest. And knowing that we were going, as we sat there on the couch 17 months ago, knowing that we were going to have to sort of put in that time day in, day out for the next 40 odd years, that's what drove us. So, and yeah, like we did those 2 vision boards on that side. We did that at the start, and then we've added another couple over there. You probably can't really see them, but the pictures are similar, and it's just about being together somewhere warm, and then just being able to be that voice for other couples as well. I think that's been something that's emerged over time, because it's always emerging. Like I don't know if we really knew our why at the start so much, but it's definitely something that keeps popping up. It's something that keeps whispering, and it gets louder, and you can't deny it. So
And family were a big one, and this isn't in the notes, and I didn't even know whether I'd share it or not, but we spoke at Super Saturday the other week on ISA Derby, and Rhea touched on, we only have one life, and I think I was chatting to Corinne about this, in Vegas, and Rhea had a super healthy mum, and then I think November last year, we got a call that she had brain cancer, like that. It was like that. She was healthy one day, brain cancer the next, passed away 4 months later, okay? Worked 40, 50 years of her life to retire this year. For what? So Rhea and I look at it, and a massive why for us is we don't want to end up like that. And we don't believe that anybody else should. So for us to get where we need to get, we need to bring a lot more people with us. So, that's a massive driving force for us, is to never, ever have to see anybody go through that again, to have the choice to spend it with their loved ones if they want, or to go on a holiday when they want, or grow up with their kids. So, that just drives us every day, because we just don't think that anybody deserves that.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, thanks. Like, I remember that point. It was during ISA Derby that your mum actually passed away, Rhea, and I just thought to myself, God, if my mum passed, I don't know if I could keep going with ISA Derby. But I remember it being one of your bigger weeks when she actually passed in terms of the business. Like, this woman just has such heart.
Yeah. I just remember it all being about changing people's lives and being able to, experience what's possible rather than letting it be something that took you out of the game. So it was just so inspiring.
Yeah. What?
Have a choice, hey, and it was that constant reminder of that choice, to crawl into a ball in the corner, or to look at that as an opportunity to continue on a legacy of love and kindness, which was everything that my mum embodied. And you're right, like we were doing this ISA Derby spotlight at Super Saturday, and Lovey and I were looking back at the dates and we're like, that's not right. That doesn't align, but it was actually that time. So, being able to, look back at that and we hit 2 stars. So you're right, Isaac, you're exactly right. Like it just all the flow continued to happen through us making that decision and making that choice that this is what we could actually see was going to change the game.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thanks, guys. So, next question, Zia.
Awesome. So, I know this isn't like the biggest thing for you guys, but we'll touch on it anyway, because I think it's really important for people to understand what's possible. So, in terms of like residual income, what is that made available for the both of you?
Yeah, and what you just said there, it wasn't important to me. So, like going back to audio books, money wasn't that big a thing for me. Like Rhea was much better with it, but that didn't help our business. So I had to change my mindset on that. And Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, I've listened to probably 10 times. Every time I get in the car and every big trip, I listen to that. So I had to change my money mindset. If you don't care about money, you're not going to make it. And I had to I wanted money, but I didn't want to do the work to get it. So that's definitely changed now, but more money means more time freedom and more people help once again. So if you've got an issue around money, again, don't bother doing network marketing, because people are going to sense that with you and you're going to be awkward about it, and definitely work on your money mindset. So yeah, we definitely changed our mind with that. For me, with the land, I don't want to landscape the rest of my life. Like my body just can't handle it. So it's freed me up. I do 2 or 3 days a week now. So my body feels a lot better. I'm only 32, so another 40 years of digging holes and being out in the middle of winter and breaking my back. It's not something that I really look forward to doing. So for me, that's been the main thing work-wise, is just, feeling a lot better.
Yeah, and look, it's made available that time together, obviously, because I've been able to stop PE and health teaching. So, to be honest, the other thing that it's made available to us is a space to dream again. Because when we were first asked that question about the magic wand, we didn't even know, hey, and when we ask a lot of people about that, they don't know either. So, it's been able to then look at, being able to sort of dream again and visualize and actually know that can become a reality.
And I don't know if you all know how lucky we are, but there is no 9 to 5 job where you can dream big. Like it's not real. So network marketing, as we know, it's just the vehicle to live whatever life you want to live, and whatever that is, good luck to you. I asked a mate once, what would you do if you had a magic wand? And he said, I'd buy a sick car and drive around with the music pumping. And we laughed at him at the time. And then the the longer we've done this. So well, good luck to you if that's what you want to do. You know, if you want to buy a massive mansion or you want to go save the world, whatever. But it's the only job you're going to do where you're going to be able to do it.
That's right, exactly. Cheers, man. What is our next one? What do you guys love most about Isagenix and the network marketing industry?
Yeah, so for me, the products hands down. I'm not a network marketer, but I can sell Isagenix quite easy because I'm so passionate about it. Rhea and I we're 17 months deep and I still think we do a full President's Pack pretty much every month. So, obviously integrate that into our lifestyle, but I just love it. So I'll continue to use it and I'll continue to share it. If you don't love it, once again, you're in the wrong business because it's pretty, and we've seen it before with people in our own business that come into it just for the money. They don't love the product. So people are just like, why would I buy something off you that you don't love? It's as simple as that. So I continue to just fuel my body with lots of it and try everything and, tell the world about it.
The other things that we love about ISA would be the community. Like we've just never actually known a support like it. Just with other high vibing, loving people. Like there's just something completely different about being in people's presence in ISA that we haven't experienced prior to this. And look, the other thing I guess that we've also mentioned as well about network marketing as a whole that we love more than anything and that we didn't know prior to ISA was just that there is that option to not keep trading your time for money. So, initially, we're so prepared to put in the hard yards, the hard now, easy later. But just knowing that then there is that freedom to follow on from that, that's what we love about it.
And just to touch on the community, going back to when Rhea's mum was sick and passed away, if it wasn't for ISA, I don't know if we would have survived as well as we did. And that was the food that we were putting into our body. Like we didn't stop taking it. Our mental clarity, the way we felt, we didn't have to eat hospital food and shitty food from the takeaway store. The community, we always had a bed. We always had support. We had flowers sent to us, stuff that we never expected, but it was there. So just the whole community and product in general, it can change your whole life. So, and it did for us. Like I don't know what we would have done without it in that time. 2 days later we're at celebration after the funeral because we needed to surround ourselves with the community and it was the best thing we could have done.
Man, I love these products. It's exactly why I started. I was just like, shared it with a couple of people, but really I was just in it for the products and I loved them so much. So much. It was only until Rach kicked my bum and said, you need to share it with people, stop being selfish.
Isaac was like king of the President's Pack.
Yeah, 6 President's Packs in my first 6 months. Nice. Yeah, loved it.
So the next question is, where do you guys see yourselves? This is one that I'm actually really interested to know, is where do you guys see yourselves in 5 years' time? Do you have like something you really want to do, a place you really want to go? Or I know that you've got lots of passion, so I'd love to hear where you see yourselves in 5 years.
Yeah, so once again, like with the money comment earlier, like we'll be millionaires in the company. Why not, hey? And like I said though, like the money, you need it. So at the end of the day, we'll be there. We'll have a lot of other people that we would have brought along with us. And to us, that's the main thing, we'll be living the life of our dreams and so will so many other people. So definitely getting up there with financial freedom is a big one for us and we won't stop till we're there and we know we will be. So will all you guys if you just keep doing the work. It's as simple as that. All the leaders before us are exactly the same as us and all they did was consistent action and they're still in it and look where they are now. So it's not rocket science.
Yeah, and the more that we can get to that, the more that we can give back, like Lovey said, in so many ways, but also other people's lives. we would love to see a heap more warm places, maybe have a couple of groms by then. It's, it's a few years off.
This one wants identical twin boys, so wish her luck.
That are blonde.
I can actually imagine that. Yeah. I can imagine twin boys. You guys with like surfery twin boys. That's so cute.
One with Rob's first name, one with Ria's.
Yeah. Manifest it, guys.
Good on you guys. And that bit you said right at the beginning will be Isagenix Millionaires. I guarantee you, everyone on this call tonight, if everyone on this call stays in Isagenix, in 5 years' time, you're still in Isagenix, I can guarantee you we will all be at minimum multiple six-figure to seven-figure income earners. Yeah. I guarantee it. It's just the way network marketing works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was listening to Eric Worre again today. I was like doing heaps of food prep and listening to Eric Worre for like the 5th time, and that's all it is. It's just being, staying in it, loving it, vibing, amazing people, and then obviously we've got the release of the UK, which we're all super excited about as well. So
yeah.
And it's even if it takes you 10 or 15 years, so what? It's quicker than 40 or 50 that a normal job's going to be. So
yeah,
have a little more fun along the way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, if we get to do it with you guys, friggin' heck, 50, 60, 70 years, no worries. Cool. So, last couple of questions. What is your number one favorite Isagenix business tool?
Yeah, I decided, and I asked Lovey because I thought, I wonder what he's going to say to this. And yeah, look, mine's definitely the new associate checklist. Like, we would not be anywhere near where we are without it. It's just, and the reason being because it can be passed down. Like, when I say I don't use it anymore, I can do calls without it. I can see it. I know what's on it. But to have that to pass down to, so many levels deep, it is just, it's got everything on there that new people need to know and need to, we feel, be passing down into our teams. So, yeah, I just absolutely love it. And I know that Brett and Sammy talk about it a lot, and I remember when they were first talking about it, I was like, really? Because it wasn't something that was necessarily passed down to us, and now that it's been redone, it's just, it's the perfect starting point for every person.
Yeah, and I've just thought of actually one that I didn't say, but the Jackson Pass 7 questions, that's, if whoever doesn't have that and hasn't listened to that webinar, make sure you do, because that's completely boomed our business. And we used to use Mary Evans' Just Cleanse a lot. I don't anymore. There's a 6-minute David Jilks one that's just a webinar that he's done. He's sitting at his house just explaining why Isagenix is the best program out there. Now, that coming from a 25-year veteran in supplement using has been a game changer. I know it has for me with everyone I send it to be honest. I feel as though Mary Evans is just a little bit outdated now, and it's very real, the David Jilks one, because it is just him. It doesn't have the music over the top. He muddles his words up every now and again, and to me it's just, as a down-to-earth person, that's the type of thing that I know that I would have enjoyed at the start. So I utilise that a lot. And if you don't know what it is, I'll somehow send it to you guys.
We can send it to you, Isaac, and then you can share it with the group or something.
Yeah,
please, because I can see all the leaders, including Adam, Josh, all saying that they've never seen it before, neither have we. So that would be awesome, because we've been actually duplicating Mary Evans.
A lot.
Yeah.
So did I, and I've found this one straight away. It's getting a massive just hit rate out of it, and it's very different. It's very different. It's just, look, he's been doing it for 25 years and he makes that very clear. And he says, unfortunately, we have to supplement. You have no choice in the world nowadays, but this is the best supplement to use.
And you guys have probably been over it, but I can send through the date of that Jackson Parr Platinum call because, it's not a tool as such, but we've definitely made up questions from it, and that's just been a game changer.
Yeah. That's definitely one. Yeah, feel free to send it through. It's one we definitely use. It's the best for calls, 3-way calls. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
So we've just got one more question. And we actually hear this a lot, but in terms of like modeling yourselves on other leaders, is there anybody in Isagenix or internally that you guys really model yourselves on, that you really aspire to be like, or you just love their leadership and the way that they conduct themselves in network marketing?
Again, this was
Or
another question that we were like, we both separately had decided that it would be the same person, and it goes back to summer kickoff last year, so obviously nearly a year ago, and this lady stood up and she both just Lovey and I both resonated with her for the way that she stood there. She was humble. She talked about injecting love and belief into a team and creating a culture around love, and it was quite different than what we'd seen other people talk about the business before, to the point that we didn't realise how successful she actually was at that stage. And it turns out now that she's dating one of our friends from the island, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's Kylie Donaldson. So we absolutely love her. She's so beautiful. She's down to earth, and we love how she rolls around pouring love excessively. Yeah.
And she's no self-proclaimed network marketer. Like, she is so shy. Like, she spoke at the last SKO, at the Super Saturday, and I was crapping myself because I had to share. I saw her before going up, and she was a nervous wreck, did not want to go anywhere near the stage. She said she hates presenting with a passion. So, like, she's so real, and to see that was almost comforting, because she's earning $30,000 a week now and she's still shy about talking to people. So, but she's built her business on love. Like, it's all about loving on her people, and her cleanse page is just love, 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 massive love. So that's a huge one. And I hadn't said it before, but obviously Jen's Ben Kelly, and that goes back to me going to the first event, watching a grown, macho bloke bawling his eyes out because he wanted to help his mum. So, that opened my eyes. Like, I'll never not do Isagenix for that reason, because I won't stop until my mum's retired. So once again, power of events, and seeing, there's that many leaders that are different in this company, and everyone will resonate with somebody at an event. So it's so important to get to them and get your people to them. I know I've gone off track a bit, but yeah, there's so many. I look up to all of them, because they're all very down to earth, normal people.
Oh man, I love the stuff you say about your mum. It's the same thing, man. I just want to retire my mum and give her everything I can to this opportunity. So I'll never give up Isagenix. It's just always going to be something that I'm going to use to build that foundation of financial freedom and abundance for my family.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you talk about Kylie, like, I remember seeing her talk at summer kickoff as well, and she was so nervous. And I think I said to Bianca, I was like, who is that woman? Like, how, like, just, she's now in the, top 10. Yeah. Like top 10 income earners, like, in the world. And it's just all been built, like you say, on love. And that's why I see for you guys, I really do, because that's who you are. So what you see in her, you're experiencing yourselves, definitely. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, guys, thanks so much for coming on this call and just contributing and giving your time. Like, I know you guys are both busy people, and you're setting up your Ice Derby team, and you're just so generous. I just really acknowledge you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us on the call. It's it's an absolute joy to see you and to see all you other guys, and just leading from the front, guys. We love it. You guys have got hearts of gold. And
who's not coming to summer kickoff? Because I've mentioned events about 1,000 times. So hopefully see everybody there.
There's your segue.
Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, heaps, guys.
We love you so much.
Feel free to stay on the call. We're just going to spend the last 15 or so minutes going over, what are we going over? Josh is going to go over a couple of key business tools he uses. And Jess is actually going to talk about communication, effective communication. So,
with her new hairdo.
Yeah.
Isaac,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Isaac, can you just get a photo with the loveys in case they have to go?
Yeah.
Can you just do a
Of
screenshot?
course.
Are you
Let's
gonna,
do it.
Are you going to just take it on the screenshot?
Yeah.
I'll do it on the screenshot.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I'll count down 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. And it's not screenshot.
Oh,
I think it did. Let's check. Did it? Oh, it didn't screenshot.
no.
Can someone else screenshot?
Is that it? Is that the...
Yeah, I'll do it quickly.
Okay, thanks,
Cheers,
Josh.
Josh. Mine's just not working.
Okay, sweet. 3, 2, 1. Okay, sweet. I got 3, so hopefully one.
Thanks, man. Thanks, lovies. Love you guys.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
We love you.
Thanks, lovies. Woo!
Cool, Josh. Well, you're on now. So, do you want to just take it away and give us your little presentation you put together? I love it. I just told Josh to lead a little presentation on a couple of business tools, and he put together a PowerPoint presentation,
I know.
literally in the afternoon. So go for it, man.
That's all good. Can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
God, Josh.
Josh, every time you lead on our Sunday night calls, you make a PowerPoint presentation.
I think it's just so cool. It's so easy to keep me on track because I'll go everywhere. So everyone can see my screen all good? Yep. Okay, cool. So I'm going to real quickly over a few tools that Sarah and I have been using and some real key tools that maybe people don't know about. And, just seeing who's on the call, I know most of you will know about these, but I'm just going to quickly go over them. And then one really cool tool that our team's developed over the past week. So a few quotes about tools. People don't duplicate, systems and tools do, by Brett Davies, absolute legend and millionaire. Your ability to effectively duplicate is only hindered by how quickly you learn the company's tools and systems. So I was listening to a podcast by Eric Worre the other day, and that's what he said, and it's so true. No matter what anyone says, we live in such a fortunate time where technology allows us to share tools instantly. By Alex Morton. He's a top income earner in another network marketing company, and last year presented at Network Marketing Pro. And don't be the tool, use the tool. So just a few quotes there to really hammer home how important tools are for growth in our business and how, and depth of duplication. So in your 90-day game plan, there is a full list of tools. I just screenshotted them and chucked them in here. Everything from isagenixbusiness.com to the Facebook pages, YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But a few of my favorite tools, isagenix.net, isagenixhealth.net. So I'm just going to quickly go to that, actually. Just give me 1 second. So isagenixhealth.net, the best thing I find in this website here, because it's massive for new cleansers, is the new start here. If you click on that, it opens up, if it's going to load. It has everything from how to do an Isagenix shake day to how to do an Isagenix cleanse day, everything on adaptogens. And then if you keep scrolling down, somewhere in here, there is a top 25 questions. Or top 25 questions about nutritional cleansing. And this has everything how to deal with people that have got headaches and are they normal and, what's in everything and all that kind of stuff. So this is a great tool to send to new cleansers if they're a little bit worried or if you need to get someone over the fence and they have a few questions. These are really cool. The other tool that I love is Isagenix ANZ's YouTube channel. This is kind of like my new ISA movie because there's so much on here. Everything from millionaire stories to trainings to compliance, how to do an in-home presentation. This has got everything on it. And then for the Australian and New Zealand market, where the Isagenix International is more the international market and what's going on Isagenix globally. And this also has how to do a shake day, how to do a cleanse day, how to use the system, etc., etc. So that's that. So yeah, and also I use Mary Evans' Just Cleanse video, but like Rob just said, I'm real keen to see this video from David Jukes because that sounds real epic. So that's that. So favorite systems, I believe that in the Isagenix business website that each tab is a different system. So start here, launch, training. and tools, or another system to send to someone, and getting people to learn about the business. And we've just, after we saw Adam's video on what he's been doing, I'm going to stop sharing now, his board that he created, our team went to work and we've kind of created a bit of the same thing, but something we can take on the go. So this is our new associate board, and this is all the things that we believe a new associate needs to go or needs to experience, or we need to do with a new associate throughout their first 30 days. So that's one we've been using. We've actually just made an update of it. So everything from, what have we got? So knowing the date that they joined, sending a welcome email, knowing their auto ship date, when their box arrived, doing their welcome post, welcome call, new associate checklist, all things we can just go through and tick off. Now, Rob and Rhea were talking about how they talk to their people for the first 7 days. And down here, we've got 7 days worth of topics to talk about. So enter the Ice Body Challenge, their start date, contacted day 1, 2, and 3. You know, that's everything from what's your favorite shake flavor to how you're feeling, any issues, anything I can help with. Validation call / message. So that's, you know, setting them up with someone or introducing them to someone who's been through the same journey that they're wanting to go through. Pre-cleanse day, getting on the phone to them before their cleanse day and setting them up and sending them a video. First cleanse day, second cleanse day, and after cleanse day post on Facebook. So that's the first that's the keys that we believe in the first week need to be done to set a new associate up successfully. And then week 2 and week 3, just chatting to them at least 4 times throughout the week and checking if they want to get their products paid for. And then down here is auto ship call. So setting up a call to go over their auto ship, changing their auto ship, what they actually put in their auto ship so you can see what trends they're getting, checking that their after photos are taken, and if they're interested in getting their products paid for, going through the quick 10 list, write a curiosity post, plug into 10 calls, and organize and schedule a launch party. And then along the top, we just put all our names. So, you know, half filled out. This is what it looks like with all our new associates on the top. And also we're doing this for our second and third PET. So our second and third personally enrolled, we're also doing this and keeping this on the wall so we can keep track of them as well. So that's one tool that we've been using, and it's working really well. It just takes it all out of our minds and onto paper so we know what's going on where. And that's all I've got for tools.
Just the man bust out like a half an hour presentation in less than 10 minutes. What a legend.
That tool is legendary, Josh. That's just a game changer.
Oh, absolutely.
Game changer. Thank you for you spent so much time of your, like, getting up at 5 a.m. working on that, so it was available for the team. So we really appreciate it.
You spent 2 years of failing forward creating it.
Yeah,
Hey,
totally.
Josh, did you whack that on the residual page?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, it's just a template. It's just what I believe. You can change the boxes and wording and everything, and they'll add extra ones. But look, I started with this, you know, this like crummy ass template, and then through a few people editing it, it came out like this with, you know, customer care plus support equals residual income and retention.
Love it.
With an isogenic sign. I love the isogenic.
With an isogenic sign. So
Did you create that in Excel?
yeah, just in Excel. So they can open up the Excel sheet and just change it.
Maybe even pop the Excel file up there if you can, and then people can change it and color code it, whatever, to their own.
Answer that question.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Did someone just ask a question?
Yeah.
Second, third person role, is that the people your new team sign?
Yeah. People.
Yeah, so that's like our person enrolled. So like, for example, Jocelyn, our person enrolled, her people that she enrolls. So Jocelyn would be our second PET, and then her people that she enrolls would be our third PET. So yeah, that's just how deep it goes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cheers, Josh. You're the man. So
No worries.
to keep the call moving, we'll go straight on to Jess. We'll probably just go a few minutes over 10 p.m. just so you guys know. But Jess, can you take it away? And I really want to, I know I messaged you before this call, but yeah, I just really want to reiterate, you know, we're in the 90-day game plan where a few of us are putting together ISA Derby teams. So I just really want you to share, you know, your experience and what it's been like for you just having that, because I know you've been great with communication with Rach and myself. And so I just wanted to share, like, how have you been communicating effectively and what it is about communication that has worked for you inside of being in a team. I better unmute you. There you go for it.
So
I think for me, it was just letting go of my ego. And if something was coming up for me, like I was feeling like I needed to ask a question, or I was just feeling down, or I felt like I had a really shit few days, it was just reaching out. And I have those thoughts like, oh, I can't keep bothering people, or like they've got their own problems. And it was just forgetting all my stories around that and being like, okay, so we've all got the same common goal and common vision. And if someone was feeling this way, I'd want to be that motivation for them. So just remembering that we all have our ups and downs at different times. And I think, I've I haven't got a lot to say, but just a few notes, like having a weekly call and checking in has been incredible, because first of all, I don't think we all stop often enough and think about all the good things that happen. And then when you have to stop and think about one, you're like, oh, actually, there were probably like 5 things I'm really proud of for that week. And that starts you afresh for the following week. So checking in with accountability partners is really powerful to reflect on what's gone right, but also to reset and what's gone wrong. And even just talking it out helps me to kind of solve my own problems. Like they say in GoPro, it's like do, review. I think I missed a step there, but plan, do, review, like doing that yourself and doing that with your team. And what else have I got? Like it's just a really good motivation to pat yourself on your back and to reflect on what you're going to do better next week. And rather than just feeling like you've had a shit week and allowing that to flow into the next week, it really allows you to reset and also know that like nobody's had a perfect week. And I think it's the other thing that I've reflected on is I've heard a lot in Isagenix that you don't need a successful upline to be successful in this business. But I like to think of, look at the Perth crew, right? Your environment is stronger than your willpower. And look at all the guys in Perth who built together and are all start ambassadors. Like, it's not a coincidence. So if I think, oh, I'm feeling like shit and I want to message Rachel, I think, would Anna hesitate from messaging Peter Kelly, or did they probably have really open communication channels? And like just knowing that communities that are really tight like that and that do share the ups and the downs have had such success just kind of gives me that permission slip to share everything. So yeah, that's all.
I love that you referred to us as PK and Anna, because we totes are. And those Sunday night calls are legendary, absolutely legendary for accountability. So awesome, Jess, thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks, you beautiful heart of gold. I love you so much. And just thanks everyone for being on the call and putting your little bits and pieces in. Josh for, sharing his business tool. He's like, I just needed him to share that tonight because he's the freaking king of tools and just knows all that. And I'm surprised you didn't know the David Jukes one, man. I was just like, Josh doesn't. Josh doesn't. I thought you were going to share it.
In the comments, like, what? You're telling me?
I was like, I haven't heard of that.
He's like, how did this ever happen?
Cool. So I'm sure every single person is going to be going, what's this David Jukes thing? But, we'll put, I'm sure Ria's probably sent it to me, and I'll put it up on the wall, actually. And if one of you guys find it first before me, you can put it up first. Whoever puts it up first, go for it. Doesn't really matter. So just thank you everyone for being on the call tonight. I just wanted to finish off with one key thing, which is events. I know you heard it all throughout the call tonight, and that's for a reason. I've listened to Eric Worre GoPro almost twice over the last 4 or 5 days. And, step 7 on that call, he talks about events and getting people to events, highest paid skill in network marketing. I said it on my live video today. I won't stop saying it. It's just the most key thing that you'll ever learn in this business is getting yourself to events and getting people to events. Queen of tools, Josh says Queen of tools. You distracted me from my events convo. So yeah, so events, guys, like there's so many events going on right now. Adam and Bianca are going crazy mental, like traveling all over New Zealand, and they're going to be doing all over the world, of the UK, Europe, they're going everywhere. We're doing the same. We're going to be going down to Tauranga for the opportunity meeting on Thursday night. And it's Wednesday night, we're having launch party at our house in Mission Bay. There's literally something on every single day and night, multiple things that you guys can connect to and invite people to in Australia and New Zealand. So guys, just reach out, ask, go on the events New Zealand #OneTeam page. If someone could just write that in the chat so everyone knows it, Events New Zealand, #OneTeam. You want to join that page so you can keep hold of all the events. And Saturday, cheers, Adam. Super Saturday's coming up. I'm opening at that event on Super Saturday. Adam and Bianca doing presentations as well. They're sharing a couple pieces. So that is going to be awesome to get your people to. Like, it's the biggest event happening in the next couple months or so until summer kickoff in Auckland anyway, in Hamilton, sorry. So Super Saturday in Hamilton. Details are on the residual income page. Be there or be square.
And also, guys, when you're speaking to people, you can just change your where you live, your hometown on Facebook to Hamilton, and then you can see everybody that lives in Hamilton that's put there.
One of the leaders did a video on that, on how to do that. So you can just find that, like Facebook friends list, search that.
Yeah, message all your friends in Hamilton, or fill your car with people from wherever and drive them there.
Yeah.
And just don't give up asking people. Like, I've got a couple of people in my downline that are like, yeah, I definitely want to come to summer kickoff. I'm like, now there's cheap flights. I'm like, straight on their ass. Like, get those flight booked. Like, that's it. You don't even need to worry about the rest. We'll just sort the rest out. So
Air New Zealand, cheap flights, guys, next 24 hours, so up until tomorrow. Get them. Get your summer kickoff tickets. We'll see you there. We're going to freaking party out. We're going to have a massive team right at the front because Adam doesn't ever sit at the back. And and we're going to have the freaking best time with the massivest New Zealand team there. Love you guys.
Love you guys. See you soon.
And can't wait for Super Saturday to see a whole bunch of you there who are in New Zealand.
Love you guys.
Love
Thanks for
you.
that epic call, Rach and Isaac. That was
No
awesome.
worries.
Man.
You guys are so cute.
See ya.